Hi everyone, I'm coming to tell you a story, and this is a story about a man who lives in a town in Somerset very near where you are, and his name is called Peter, and Peter is a fisherman. Now, Peter isn't the sort of fisherman who goes out every day and fishes in a river with a line and a rod. Oh no, Peter lived by the sea, and he went out in his boat every day, and he went to catch the fish that would make your fish fingers. Well, time went on, and then Peter started to notice something. He noticed that the rain was getting rainier, the snow was getting snowier, the wind was getting blowier, and eventually Peter thought, I've had enough, I'm going to retire. So Peter sold his fishing boat and he bought a beautiful cottage on the cliff overlooking the sea. Oh, it was such a lovely cottage. It had a big bay window, and every day Peter would sit in his rocking chair, just like me, in the bay window, and he'd look out to sea. And he'd see all his friends, and they'd be going out in the rain and the snow and the wind, and Peter would think, oh, this is marvellous. I can just sit and watch them. Well, time went on, and one day Peter looked out of his window, and it was a beautiful day. The sun was shining, and the waves were dancing in the sun, and Peter thought, oh, I wish I could go out on the sea. But the trouble is, Peter had sold his boat. So what was he going to do? I know, thought Peter. I'll build one, because Peter was very clever like that. So Peter started building. And first of all, he decided to build the sail. So he built the sail like that. And then he got some wood and a hammer and saws, and bang, 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 crash, 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 upset all his neighbours. And he built the bottom of the boat. And there was his boat. Peter was so pleased. Well, he waited and he waited and he waited until the next sunny day, when at last he could sail his boat. So he took his boat and he launched it into the water and he started sailing along. Oh, it was brilliant to be out on the water again, and Peter was really enjoying it. But oh my word, he had a big problem because he'd forgotten how to sail really, and all of a sudden there was a crash and the front of the boat fell off like that. Oh no, well, it's just as well this is only a story, because in stories when the front of your boat falls off, it's fine. You just start sailing in the other direction. So Peter started sailing the other way. But now he really wasn't concentrating, because guess what? There was another crash. Peter hit a rock and the back of the boat fell off. Well, even in stories, when the front of the boat and the back of the boat fall off, there's only one way to go, and that's down. So Peter's boat started to sink. Peter got off and was rescued by the lifeboats, and the boat went down and down and down, and as it landed, it turned upside down and crash, hit the bottom of the sea, and the top fell off as well. Poor Peter. He didn't have a boat anymore, but it was worse than that. You see, all his clothes were in the boat, because Peter had decided he would take a long journey on his boat. And all Peter were wearing was his swimming trunks. Now, swimming trunks are lovely if you're on a boat. They're great if you're in a swimming pool. They're less good for going to Sainsbury's. So Peter thought, oh no, what am I going to do? Well, Peter had a friend called Dave, and Dave was a diver. So Peter said to Dave, oh, Dave, will you help me? I've got to rescue all my clothes. So Dave the diver said, yeah, sure, mate, that's fine. So they got in their rowing boat and they rowed and they rowed and they rowed until they could look down and they could see the boat lying on the bottom of the seabed. Well, Dave the diver jumped out of the boat and he swam down and down and down and down and down until at last he got to the boat to rescue all of Dave's clothes. But you know what? When he got to the boat, there was a problem, because the only thing he could find was a t-shirt. And that's the end of the story. Thanks very much. Bye.